What's up, Sagittarius? This is going to be your bi-weekly love check-in. This is for my Saggy, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and for the cross watchers. If you guys enjoy this video, please do give me a like, throw me a comment, share. It does help out my channel. If you are new here, I put these out every 2 weeks, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell if you want to keep up with me as I do. I offer personal readings. The info for that is in the description box of the video. There does tend to be a long wait for a reading with me, so if you wanted to explore your options, I have put links to my affiliates Mystic Sense and Spiritual Blossom in the description box as well. Mystic Sense will give you your first 5 minutes reading free. Spiritual Blossom will give you a bonus $10 when you deposit $20. Check them out if you feel called to do so. If you want to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, I've put the links to those in the description box as well. Saggy, let's do a check-in. Person on your mind. How do they feel about you? How do you feel about them? Projected potential outcome for the next 2 weeks based on the current energies. I say that to anyone new to my channel because on this channel, I infuse the universal law of assumption, manifesting and mindset into all of my content. So my tarot readings on my channel, I check in points into one version of you, your specific person, and the connection that you, Saggy, have manifested, are manifesting, selecting out of the infinite that are available right now in this very given moment. Creation is finished. Everything exists all at once. Your desires are meant for you. Circumstances don't matter. You can have anything you want, any version of anyone that you want. It just requires a shift in your state of consciousness, the version of you that you're being, and a reselection through selecting new dominant thoughts and assumptions. Okay, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then please go and look at my other content. And I also like to kind of give you tips as I go. Okay, Saggy, let's get into it. The person on your mind, how are they feeling about you? The devil. Okay, Saggy, and the world, wanting to close out some cycle that feels maybe a little toxic. Maybe you're dealing with a situation where there's some toxicity. Maybe also a lot of attraction and desire, Sag, but there's something that needs to be closed out that's caused, I feel, probably cycles between you and this person. Maybe they have some toxic patterns, some toxic habits. I don't know. Let me have a look. Okay, we've got the Hermit card. So this person's feeling a little bit on their own. Maybe there's a withdrawal energy between the two of you, but Hermit, the light's being shone maybe on some changes that need to be made. Four of Cups, Justice card in the reverse. Something needs to be balanced out or made right between the two of you. So that's what I'm saying. With the World card and the Devil card, I trust what I see when I channel, when I open. It's something to do with closing out an old cycle. It could be that there's been disappointment between the two of you. Four of Cups. Okay, the Justice card in reverse is about reciprocity and balance and making things right. There's a disappointed energy. Now, Sag, also with the Devil card, this is limiting beliefs. This person might have their own rejection wound. There's a feeling like what they've offered you, somehow you've maybe not received it, or vice versa. And maybe there's a bit of a toxic dynamic, so there could be reactivity, etc. as well. Four of Cups is also, disappointments between the two of you. So something needs to be made right. For some of you, marriage, divorce, legal matters are in the mix with that Justice card. There's definitely a withdrawal, but there's an introspection here. Okay, let's have a look what else is going on. Four of Swords, there's a processing energy. So some of you are at a rest state with this person, and perhaps they're thinking about what needs to be balanced between the two of you, and a King of Cups is in the reverse, and sort of a withdrawal of love. Some of you, they may feel that you've pulled back in some kind of way. Maybe they're feeling a bit lonely, Sag. I don't know. The King of Cups and the Justice card in the reverse and the Four of Cups, this person, there could be issues here in terms of being open emotionally, and that has caused disappointment or rejection between the two of you, like a feeling of rejection. Let's have a look. Justice card can also be like patterns. I mean, traditionally it's like karmic patterns. I'm careful when I use the word karma, guys, so you can go and look at my video about karma, what I mean by karma. This person's thoughts and feelings, they're an individual, they're not a robot, so they might have their own patterns, but Sag, it's actually in your control. They're your mirror and they're you pushed out. So you can select another version person that doesn't need to deal with their karma and their issues. But those that watch me regularly know what I mean. But anyway, this could be a pattern this person has. They end up disappointed and lonely because they have an issue here. King of Cups is like they have trouble opening up their heart, or there's been real disappointment. King of Cups in the reverse on the heavier side of things is a bit of emotional manipulation. And that Devil card, it could be a bit of tit for tat stuff going on between the two of you, like testing is what I'm hearing. So some, you know, a fear of rejection, poking a little bit, pulling back, hot, cold kind of an energy. It's looking a little cold with the King of Cups in the reverse. Let me have a look. Two of Wands, Sag, and the Ace of Wands is in the reverse. So they're making some kind of a plan and they're processing how to, I probably would say, make something right that's happened between the two of you. I do think there's attraction and desire. I do, though, think that something has, because the cups have been turned off, the Ace of Wands has also been turned off. So some of you, you know, the attraction and the chemistry, they might feel like that's been pulled back. I did say Hermit card is an isolated energy. So maybe I do think it can be that you have chemistry with this person, but the Ace of Wands in the reverse means maybe there's been, maybe this is the tit for tat, Sag. Guys, these readings don't have to be for everyone. This is quite specific. Maybe the chemistry's been turned off. I don't know. We have the Two of Wands here. So this is about crossroads energy and a decision needs to be made, like to come forward, maybe balance things out. Let's see what this Two of Wands is all about. Sorry. Let's see what this is all about. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, what to do with the foundation that you've built together. Okay, so there is groundwork. It seems they're still invested. Sorry, I'll pull the cards back so you can see them. It seems that they're still invested with the Seven of Pentacles in the upright. There's been a lot of waiting to see how things play out. This person could also be very, very focused on career and material matters. With the Justice card in the reverse, there also could be a fear of disappointment, Sag, anyway this person has. Devil card is fear, it's limiting beliefs. This person could be tied up contractually, legally, in some kind of way, financially, and they've been waiting for that to grow, and in the meantime they feel like they've disappointed you. But I'm also getting ego issues, guys. I just trust what comes through, and the Oracle cards are going to tell us more, and more important is going to be what you're wanting, because they're your projection in any given moment, so you can shift this and select a different version. But we have Three of Swords in the reverse and Five of Cups. There's a lot of regrets here, Sag, and there's hurt feelings. So I am trusting that something's happened beyond them just being a little bit insecure. The Justice card in the reverse is something needs to be made right because there's hurt feelings. Some of you separated from this person, or there's a feeling of a disconnect. Some of you, there's third party energy, not all of you. The Two of Wands is like crossroads, needs to make a decision because something needs to be tied up, like divorce, etc. Also changeable for you, Sag. You would have selected that version. If you're dealing with a situation with a person that still hasn't disconnected from someone, you can things can shift in a moment. I'll explain when I get to you, but this is like regrets and loss between the two of you, and there's been Five of Swords, clashes, tension. They want to get past that, and there's the World, closing out an old cycle. Okay, potentially accomplishment with you. Let me see a bit more why we have Three of Swords in the reverse. Six of Swords, wanting to move into a better direction after Seven of Swords in the reverse. Sag, that's usually a caught out or called out thing. Okay, so there's maybe a feeling like things were not kosher in some kind of a way. Seven of Swords in the reverse, not honest. They want to move away from that kind of energy. And that might be why the chemistry's been turned off, Sag. Maybe there's been a row or a clash because something, Seven of Swords, if it was in the, upright, I would say it's like sort of just a bit sneaky or feeling like, not being very upfront or avoiding something, but this usually means something's come to light or been revealed, or in the very least called out. Maybe you had a row, Five of Swords, and there was a calling out, and now there's the chemistry's been turned off, there's hurt feelings and there's regret. So someone's in the doghouse, I feel. Anyway, they're trapped in their mind, Eight of Swords. They want to get past it because it's stressing them out. We have an Eight of Cups here. Some of them, they feel like you might be disconnecting from them. Also with that Six of Swords and the King of Cups in the reverse. I mean, I think this person, it's twofold. One, I think there's something going on with this person where they're trying to do some introspection and how they need to shift their own behaviors because that Devil card, okay? Some of you, that's temptation, indulgence, addictions, and please don't take any details as fixed or your story if they're not your story, guys, okay? I'm not a fortune teller, I just read energy. But it seems to be, something to do with pulling back the emotion or some level of manipulation. Potentially there's been something that wasn't so honest, caught out, called out, regrets around that. Could be self-sabotaging behavior as well. They want to close that out. Potentially they're trying to leave behind what's not serving them. Some of you, they're at a crossroads, they're leaving behind something that is the block between the two of you, like if there is legal matters or marriage or divorce or contracts, are trying to tie that up. World card would also be about closing things out, leaving things behind. But I'm also getting they might have this feeling like you're moving away from them. And there's a lot of, this person's very trapped in their mind. This is like a lot of fears and limiting beliefs, not being enough, rejection wound, also fears and limiting beliefs that this person could also have an abandonment wound, you know, so maybe they like to play some games. I'm going to look at your side of the street, Sag. Again, I never tell anyone to take a version of a connection that's not preferable, or any person, guys, but if you wanted to change a person, you've selected the version. So you can, it's available to you if you want to shift this, but you kind of need to break up with old version of Sag and old version of the connection and let it go and project new dominant thoughts and assumptions onto them through consciousness, through the mind. We don't need to manipulate or chase or change any of these circumstances, okay, Sag? So you can watch my other content to clarify what I'm saying for anyone that's new that wants to like hit back at me on the comments. You know, this is the type of channel it is. Okay, so we've got Libra energy, Virgo energy. Yeah, so there's stuff that needs to be corrected. There's also a pattern is what I'm hearing, and you know, potentially with the crossroads energy, leaving the past behind and what's not healthy and what's not serving, and fears and limiting beliefs in relation to love. With that King of Cups in the reverse, I mean, that can be, you know, someone that's emotionally avoidant or manipulative in some kind of a way, coming down to fear and insecurity. Let's have a look at you, Sag, and what's going on. Could be dealing with the water sign as well with that King of Cups. What's Ace of Wands, Sag? So how do you feel about them? You still have passion for them. You also have the Five of Swords is in the reverse. So you also want to get past the clash and the tension. Okay, so I do think when it's been good, the chemistry is there, right? Ace of Wands, but you've got Four of Cups too, Sag. Disappointment. You feel like what you've offered they've not taken. They kind of feel a little bit like what they have to offer you're not really going to take, or it's not enough or something. And I think there's a dynamic going on. Four of Cups is rejection wound, ego clashes, Strength card in the reverse. You might find that this person is like stubborn or egotistical. It's a challenge to your strength, Sag. Now, guys, if you do want a better version, this is why I'm always careful with my labels, like there are this, there are that, they're stubborn. Any coach is going to tell you the same thing. You need to change the story. You're the fucking writer of the show. You're the main character and they're a sub-character. So you need to feed them a new script. So they're stubborn? No, they're stubborn about me. They're all about me. Anything that's undesirable, you need to re-script it, okay? But there's ego clashes in this check-in, guys, and you can walk away right now. We shift moment by moment, but you need to persist in being in a different version and with the mind, and the outside must conform, okay? That's how you manifest. Queen of Swords is in the reverse. You've had a clash with this person. Queen of Swords in the reverse, that's pretty much like she doesn't take any shit, and it's not gender specific. So you might have had like a harsh energy with this person, or you might be cold and detached with this person, or the communication can get a bit harsh, okay? Let's have a look. You do have the Ace of Wands, though, had to come out, but it's in the upright. So you do potentially still, you feel attracted to this person. You want the passion. Maybe you miss the passion, but there seems to be Ten of Swords. Pain connected to this situation. Something within this situation you feel backstabbed or betrayed or hurt. Okay, betrayed is a heavy word, guys. Some of you that's going to apply. There's a story here. There's some kind of a thing that happened between the two of you. So let's have a look at, I mean, it's challenge your confidence, Sag. Something within this connection you feel rejected. Two of Swords, you want to come unstuck. You've got Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant card right after that. You're very focused on traditional values, marriage, stability potentially. So some of you want a new start. You want this, you want the passion, you want the stability and the commitment. Some of you, this has been stuck. You haven't been able to get that because something else hasn't been wrapped up. If you're in that camp, Sag, fuck it in a bucket. Okay, you go to the end. Third parties have only popped up in circumstances or in your timeline because you have a story that you're not the chosen one or you're not enough or something, and then this person is like a character, you fed them a script and all the other characters would take your attention away. No, go to the end. No, we have the most loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. We're married. They love me. They're stubborn about me. They're all about me. Okay? Anything that's a perceived block can also be a third party. So even if it's not a romantic involvement, if it's work, if it's career, if it's contracts, whatever the fuck it is, or ego clashes, give them a new script. Either way, Sag, you want to come unstuck. Some of you are already in some kind of commitment with this person, and maybe it's touch and go because you just feel like the ego clashes. Something here, though, with the Seven of Swords in the reverse is telling me that something has come between the two of you in this timeline in the recent past, where there's a feeling of dishonesty or something, okay, or avoidance. Now, you want to come unstuck. You're tired of sort of sitting and feeling like this is stagnant. And there could have been clashes because of the stagnancy, and so you're trying to get over the pain connected to that. Six of Swords, it's like fix it or move forward and move on. Now you both have Six of Swords, so Six of Swords would be potentially about moving things in a better direction. So for those of you that want it, Sag, it's available. You need to affirm for it. Otherwise you can go round and round. You keep reselecting circumstances that are undesirable, version of person that's undesirable. Okay, some of you want to move on and you want to commit to someone else, and you have opportunity around you. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, that's too many, guys. What about the Six of Swords? The Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, it's challenged your confidence. Some of you are dealing with a situation where you are, someone is tied up in another thing and they're not available completely. Nine of Pentacles, and I said that with the Justice card in the reverse, and you're tired of it, you're sick of waiting. And that's caused a row and harsh energy. And for others of you, maybe, you know, you want to move forward, you want to move on because you're not feeling very confident or good within the situation with the way that things have played out, which you can adjust. Also, Nine of Pentacles in reverse can be just financial issues, and you've been waiting and feeling very stuck because you feel like this person holds back because they feel inadequate in some way and they're over-focused on material shit. Also fixable. That's another example of you're not the priority. Your connection's not the priority. There's another roadblock between you and this person. Okay, Devil card that I saw here is also obsessive. You know, it can be materialism, it can be anything like that. Yeah, we've got the Emperor card in the reverse. You feel like this person's not stepping up to the plate. The Emperor card in the reverse, not taking control of matters. The Emperor card in the reverse also, Sag, like, that is a stone cold kind of an energy. This person could be over controlled with their emotions or manipulative. So this is actually, Emperor card can either be possessive and controlling or full of restraint. Okay, so maybe it's either one or both, that it's not a balanced Emperor. And it's triggering you and a feeling of not enough or not worthy. Okay, especially if someone, because that is like someone that doesn't have, that it's not balanced. They're not able to show their emotions. Okay, so that's just something that could be causing a lot of pain and reactivity between the two of you. That's the ego that I pointed out. Or you just want this person to boss up. Five of Swords in the reverse. You want to, I pointed that out when I was shuffling. You just want to get past all this clashing and tension. Okay, what else do you want? King of Cups in the upright. And then an Empress card, Sag. So you want balance, and you do love them, Sag, or you feel like they're capable of the loving. And then the King of Cups is in the reverse over here. So there's a shadow King of Cups energy. Now, if this person is showing up like a shadow King of Cups, avoidant, okay, not emotionally available or open, whatever, Sag, I'm sorry, but you selected it. Some of you, this is coming from a dad wound or something. I just want to let you guys know that, and I'm not going to forward you. No, you don't need to go and do like 7 years of shadow work or heal your inner child endlessly. You need to recognize it's one version of Sag, and you don't need to identify as a version of Sag where people are not available, love isn't safe, people are inconsistent. I've always been loved. Anyone I've loved has always poured into me, been consistent, loyal, stable, you know, loving, whatever it is, guys. You have to look into it because I can't do it all during a tarot reading. But you've got a King of Cups upright, so I think that you do want the love. Maybe you're craving them to be more loving with you, and this causes this pain. And you do want the passion again. Emperor and Empress though, Sag, I mean, the Emperor is in the shadow energy and the Empress is in the upright. So you want a counterpart, okay? Empress energy is divine energy. I mean, that's about growth and expansion. So what do you want, Sag? If this is what you want, and you want the upright Emperor and Empress energy, you want the upright Ace of Wands, the upright King of Cups, you need to hold this person dominantly in the assumption that they deliver it to you and you're the version of Sag that gets it, okay? Now, there's some regrets and loss here of what's collapsed in one version because of some lead up of thoughts and assumptions from one state of being. Guys, it can be unconscious. So those that are new, don't give me shit that I'm blaming and shaming you for bad behavior. You can go and watch my other content or other coaches to understand what I'm saying. But there's a level of regrets. There's a feeling like needing to make something right and balance something out. You seem to still have an idea of what is the potential here and what could work for you and what you want, which is available, okay? A preferable version. Or you can move on and have it with someone else. That's okay, Sag. It's up to you. No one forces you to put your, you know, your currency is your focus, okay? So, but if you want it, we need to change the story of Sag and the dominant thoughts and assumptions. Detach from the circumstances. I don't give a fuck what's in a moment or before collapse, okay? Nope, they're like this. Nope, this is how we are. Nope, this is what we have, okay? Taurus, Libra energy, Aries energy, Leo energy. Okay, let me just get some cards on what this person's coming forward with in this check-in. And guys, fuck it in a bucket when you leave and rewrite the whole thing or take your focus off anything you don't like. All right, and if this reading is not for you, it's not for you. What are they coming forward in the next 2 weeks? Okay, we've got this Twin Flames card. We've got complement, union, and duality. That's Emperor and Empress. Okay, twin flame or no twin flame, it's like counterparts. Okay, but maybe there's some strong like triggering and reactivity between the two of you. Union and duality. Picture. We have missing you, nostalgia. What else? Looking at pictures. Maybe they like to look at your pictures when you're not talking. Camera, making new memories, learn from the past, perception. Not enough. What did I say? Lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego and fear, frustrations, wearing a mask, hiding true feelings, King of Cups in the reverse, pretending and dilute, gaslight and personify. Take that as you will. We also have the golden mirror, love bombing, self-absorbed, one-sided narcissist. It goes from like emotional manipulation to pulling back, not being, you know, I think it's a tactic, guys, like to test, to see, you know, do you love me? Do you not love me? But as I said to you, Sag, no one to change but self. If you want it, you have to break free. The mirror is going to change. The behaviors will change. Allow the 3D to catch up. That is old news. That is what you've selected from before. You have some kind of a story about how people show up in love, okay? Or how this person shows up, an assumption. If you want to change it, guys, okay? So don't yell at me, please. Paradise, happiness and joy, playfulness, enjoying each other. The dragonfly, things coming to light and heal. So something needs to be healed between the two of you, things coming to light, the Hermit card. This person might have a realization they have a pattern, okay? But you don't need to wait for the healed version. You need to select healed version in your mind. They're so loving, they're so adoring, they're so emotionally available, they're so open with their feelings. They tell me they fucking love me 25 times a day. They can't get enough of me. They're stubborn about me. They won't stop calling me, blowing up my phone, telling me that I'm the most beautiful, sexiest person in the world. We have engagement, ring, higher, commitment, eternity, partnership, and union. I don't know what this Seven of Swords in the reverse is. Let's see. Watching, looking, perception, stalking. They're quite obsessed with you. They don't want you to walk away. We have mirror, okay, introspection, inner wounds. Self-reflection, mirroring each other. You mirror each other's feeling of not being enough, guys, and it plays out in a certain way, but you don't need to be focused on them changing their problems about not feeling enough and self-sabotage. All you need to do is select version of you that knows you are more than enough, and this person definitely feels that way, and you have a great healthy relationship. It does sound naive, but guys, if you don't test it or you don't go and look into the law and try it, which is in operation anyway, you're never gonna fucking know. And I'm trying to empower you guys. What is this Seven of Swords in the reverse? I don't understand. Let's have a look. I've been working on myself. Could just be a lot of self-sabotage and a called out energy, like you could have gotten frustrated with this person for sort of feeling you felt like they were playing games emotionally or something. I've been manifesting you. I want to make you happy. I miss your smile. I'm going to take that one. I knew you were the one when I met you. So they do think higher commitment. Okay, I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. There's a pullback energy. And I want to make things right. They are stalking you. I've been watching your socials and admiring your pictures. I'm ready for commitment. Some of you, they were not committing to the situation for certain reasons. Something else not tied up. Or hurt feelings connected to old energies, past relationships, being a commitment phobe, not being emotionally available, giving you a little bit, being passionate, but then not really showing up to the plate, whatever. So you've pulled back. On this timeline, there seems to be commitment. If you're manifesting that, just stick to that. That's it. I need to tell you the truth. I'm afraid of commitment. I'm afraid of commitment. I'm ready for commitment. If you feel like, Sag, this person has been like hot and cold or inconsistent or like 1 minute showing up one way and then flipping, it's just shifting between states and assumptions. Like you just need to stick dominantly in the assumption that, no, it's like this. This is how they are. This is who I am. And you're going to get the consistency, okay? Yeah, Sag, I mean, that's what I have for you, okay? I hope that it resonated. I intend that it helped some of you. I'm sending you guys so much love, and I'm going to check in 2 weeks' time.